Going through our list of comics recommended by you, the viewer, we have the Incal, written by Alejandro Jodorowsky and illustrated by Jean Girard, also known as Moebius, and Deep Breath. Whilst retreating from his latest case, PI, or Class R detective, John DiFool, stumbles upon a Berg who has sought him out to protect the Incal, a mysterious and enchanting artifact. The Berg are an alien species that have been considered a myth up until this point. Unfortunately, it appears the entire galaxy and beyond are searching for the Incal. The Queen of Amok, home to Kill Wolfhead, a wolfman DiFool meets at the start of the book, tasks the Meta Baron, a highly skilled mercenary, with capturing DiFool. A Berg assault squad, not in league with the Berg who gave DiFool the Incal, are also chasing him, as are the Presidential Guard of Techno City, the latter using their highly efficient and destructive Necro Droid to do the tracking. On the run, DiFool is joined by Depot, his pet bird, and later a whole swarm of characters when the odds and armies are stacked against them. Their mission is to unite the Incals, there being more than one, but that's only part of the adventure. There's war, there's weird battle royale style mating rituals, there's acid whirlpools and hollow whores. Whilst all this is going on, society is invited to observe DiFool's plight, like some sadistic reality TV show. As a result of this televisation and general dissatisfaction, riots ensue, and the Supreme Highness President, who has recently cloned to ensure their reign continues, is compromised. And that is just a little taste of what is a very large plot. Back to that later. So what's to like? For one, this is a mad story. There is actually never a dull moment. 1 minute our anti-hero is dangling upside down from a dissection table, and the next he's disintegrated by a spurned lover, all in a day's work. The star of the show is DiFool, a very reluctant protagonist who really just wants to have a good time in paradise. His companions on the adventure are a mixed bag. Concrete Bird, Merc, Royalty. They really do deserve a story of their own. My favourites are Depot and Saloon. Depot for his ability to constantly rescue John DiFool and bring him back from the brink at every opportunity. Saloon I like because they're such a laid-back character. Despite all the horrors and peril around them, they are just resolute. In terms of genre, we have war, romance, fantasy, science fiction, comedy, horror elements. Think Journey to the Centre of the Earth, think David Lynch's Dune, think The Fifth Element, and maybe a bit of Blade Runner. Ultimately, it's hard to define it as one specific genre, and I think that's one of its strengths. It does a bit of everything, and it does it very well. Through the eyes of John DiFool, you learn every lesson. In space, the rich will quite happily sit on their diamond armchairs and watch the poor suffer through the medium of television. When someone says one last job, they are always lying. It always pays to have good friends, especially ones with super and celestial powers. And the most important life lesson above all, don't be a dick. Even if you've had a really bad day, just don't be a dick. Coming to the artwork, it is fantastic. There's so much detail, so many different layers of colours across consecutive pages. I particularly enjoyed DiFool's vast facial expressions. Never has frustration been so well illustrated. Some of my favourite pages were in one of the later chapters, The Circles of Nightmare. There's a lot of gory carnage in a very small surface area. It all serves a story. The colour palette, the brightness, the sheer level of detail, it all serves and complements the story. I love how every new territory has a different colour. I love the tiny flecks in the crystal forest that must have been tedious. I love how the big bad, the darkness, is illustrated. Black, wicked, its scale unknown. If I had one criticism, it would be quite how big it is. There's so much going on, it can be hard to keep track of who's who and what they're doing. At times it felt like a bit of the story was missing, or there'd been a passing of time, but it wasn't clear enough that it was a passing of time or how long. As gripes go though, too much content seems a bit daft. All this rich context and world building burns my eyes. Put it this way, it'd certainly be interesting to see someone adapt it for the screen, small or big. Anyway, I loved it. I'm moving on to the Metabarons. Let me know your thoughts on the Incal. I pity DiFool who disagrees with me. Have fun storming the castle. Thanks very much for listening. If you'd like to contact us or check out what we've been up to, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you enjoyed the video today, please do like it, subscribe to the channel, and ding the bell to receive notifications about new videos. See you in the next one.